Then they offered me something.
Yeah.
Because when we were being vetted...
Now that's corruption.
No. Here's the thing. No. That's... Even the president of the country, and he's like, you should withdraw your candidacy. And I'm like, why? And they're like, no, you should just do it. He tried to intimidate me.
Yeah.
We don't spend any money on mental health.
Yeah.
We don't have mental health campaigns like we have for AIDS awareness.
Yeah.
We don't have...
Seriously.
What I take it seriously is because I lost a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine that I...
Minister of Justice.
Okay.
And then I lost this one.
Don't laugh. Hey, do you know that I didn't campaign?
No, you didn't campaign.
The other guys were campaigning, putting posters. And welcome to our podcast. This is the AerosprayBW Podcast. And as you know, AerosprayBW, we do spray painting. And then the artworks that we make, we sell it to raise funds for mental health awareness. Mental health awareness is something that is quite overlooked in Botswana. And for that reason, what we have decided to do is start a podcast. This is the pilot episode, the first episode. And the purpose of having this podcast session is not only to promote my guest, but also to make an art piece with my guest. And then that art piece will then be used in a form of an auction. We'll sell it. And the funds we get, 100% of the proceeds of that will go to mental health awareness. And it will be signed by both me and my guest. And this is a series that we wish to continue with other guests as well in the future. And at the end of the season, we will collect all the artworks and we will auction them. But in the meantime, if anyone is interested in purchasing the art piece that we will make in the middle of the podcast today, you can contact us on AerosprayBW on Insta, on TikTok, on Facebook, as well as on YouTube. And do comment and let us know what we should add or subtract and give us suggestions. Now that is out of the way, let me introduce myself. I am Mirza, as you all already know. And today, the first guest of the inaugural podcast, the gentleman who poured me this lovely glass of juice. He's a gentleman that goes by the name Tiro Motlogelwa. And he happens to be a very good friend of mine from senior school. And also, he's an accomplished author. He has won multiple awards, not only locally, but internationally as well. And he has been on international papers as well. And his first book, which he started writing from school days, happens to be called The Englishman is Gone. This is the first edition of it. We will talk more about it in the podcast. This is the second edition. And he has also written a second book called The Cabal. In fact, he has won the Botswana Literature Awards. He has won an award for that as well, in the Botswana Literature Awards, the inaugural awards as well. He has been on multiple shows on national television as well. Now, that's a long introduction, but now I'm going to hand it over to the man himself. Rekol, tell us something.
No, thanks, my man. No, first of all, let me thank you for inviting me to your show. And I think it's a big deal that I'm the first guest. I have the bragging rights.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, so and I think it's an amazing project that you're doing, and the purpose behind doing that. Mostly we do these things for generating money for ourselves, you see. But you are not concerned about that, and it's about charity and giving back to the community. So I think that's a lovely thing. And the only correction about the book is that this is the first edition and this is the second edition.
Oh, that's lovely.
And the edition not necessarily being in terms of content per se, but in terms of here it was the humbling beginnings.
The humble beginnings.
School days.
I think you were still a student at the time.
I was still a student at the time. Yes. So I had designed this cover for myself, and I had did the most of the editing, and I had a friend of mine also do the editing. Shout out to Bazera. So, but then
we'll put his link in the description.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then I had to redesign the cover to give it a more professional look.
In fact, both of them are amazing to me. I mean, school days. I remember this one that you. This was on sale at the bookshop at Airport Junction. If you guys want, get a copy.
Yeah,
and
unless it's also the book center, the main mall.
At the main mall book center, and in fact, if I'm not mistaken, he also sold it on Amazon. He has international customers. Yes. My man is a legend over here. But some of us are lucky to be his friends, so we get access to them just like that. Some of us we just get access to it. But you guys support the man, buy it. Don't pirate it. Buy it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now. So it's amazing how far we have come since school days, you know.
Yeah.
How about you take us through the journey of from PSLE to JC to BGCSE? I think you know about me, so you can even go through it from both of our perspectives.
No, it did. No, I started I went to many schools. I went to many primary schools for some reason. So I started my school at Ratholo Primary School back in Ratholo. From standard 1 to standard 3, and then I went to Bupirima Primary School in G West for a term or 2, because we had just relocated back to Gaborone. So then, so because we were staying in extension 14, I had to change school again. So I actually suggested that I didn't like the idea of waking up very early in the morning. The catcher called me to go to Jiwa, so I then went to Tebe Primary School, which is in White City. And then naturally I went to Bakamoso Junior.
That one I know. And most of our classmates were also from there. Tell us about your, you know what I'm talking. Tell us about that. Tell us about that.
And Bakamoso, man, I
your leadership there. Tell us about that.
You know, that's why I learned most things. And that's where I took a decision also to become a lawyer. But anyway, that's in the book that is coming up. So in Bogamoso, I started in Bogamoso 2013. You guys don't calculate my age.
I'll tell you later on. You can DM me, I'll tell you the age. Tell us about the leadership, my man. I want that part. I know what I want you to say.
Yes.
Tell me that one.
So in 2014, I ran for office. Minister of Justice.
Okay.
And then I lost.
Don't laugh. Me, I can laugh. I'm his friend.
Yeah, then I lost this one. And then in Form 3, I ran for the highest position for president. Maybe that's why I lost, you see. They wanted me to become president.
You had to be the big tautona there. You can't be just some minister.
So then I became president in 2015. And so I ran, and back there is the real politics, my man. There's no giving people money.
And then you have to convince people.
Yeah, you have to convince people.
Yeah. And, you can't bribe them. You can't give them anything. And we don't even have the power to be like, I'll cut off classes.
Yeah.
We can't even give incentives like that. The maximum we could say is like, I'll give you a piece of chicken.
Yeah. I'll make sure that every Wednesday you get fried chicken. But that's what
the control we had was in the kitchen.
Yeah. So I ran for president, and I was elected. And the funny thing, the lowest vote I got was from my class. What? I'm telling you, man.
Serious?
Yeah, they didn't want me there.
Ow.
But yeah, it was just a few people, because I was running against the person you were running against.
Tell them my journey as well. You know it.
Yeah.
So that man lost twice.
Yeah,
and to the same. Hey, I hope he's not watching.
Don't cancel us. Don't cancel us from them. We are brothers,
No, but he's married now. He's successful now. He's okay. He's okay.
And look at us.
But if you look at him, and if you look at us back in school, that guy was huge.
Yeah, he was.
That guy was like a teacher, my man. Even teachers were afraid of him.
Yeah, that was the funny thing, because I was the tiniest and he was the biggest, and we were contesting for the position. So yeah, man, we did that. Became president and stuff. We attended your conferences, as those privileges of being president. But I understand you had a whole office, my man. I didn't have an office.
No, my journey is different. I wasn't senior. I was the president in senior.
Oh, yes.
But you had a hand in that as well. You had a hand in
that. I did. Yeah. When you finally write a book, I should be there somewhere.
We will discuss about that
in the dedication. Yeah, so that's the journey. But in Naledi, obviously, I didn't run for office because I wanted you to win, you see.
Oh, really? Let me tell you something. In Naledi Senior, when I was running for office, Form 4, no one knew me. Yeah. But everyone loved me for some reason.
Yeah.
Even though I never spoke. Form 5, I was going for competitions and winning. So they just knew of me, but didn't know.
The maths and science one.
Yeah, the maths and science. But the whole class, for some reason, including you and Sean and everyone, they were just like, this guy's a nice guy. And they were just like, no, we're going to support you. It doesn't matter. And I didn't even campaign. Do you know that I didn't campaign?
No, you didn't campaign.
The other guys were campaigning, putting posters. I was just sitting there in class. And I remember everyone in the class was busy doing things for me, And then the day comes, and the gentleman that lost against you came up to me and he's like, you should withdraw your candidacy. And I'm like, why? And they're like, no, you should just do it. He tried to intimidate me. And I was like, no, it's okay. He's like, you will lose. I said, okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
And then when the vetting process, just like how the president of the country got vetted by the High Court, we get vetted by our HODs and the headmaster. So when the vetting happened, they called me in the room And then I got selected first, like, okay, you don't have any bad habits and what,
Yes,
and nothing wrong, no disciplinary action.
Yeah.
Then they offered me something.
Yeah.
Because when we were being
Now
vetted...
that's corruption.
No. Here's the thing. No. That's... Even the president of the country... No, listen to this. The
Okay,
president of the country
Yeah.
also gets to select 6 members
Yeah.
from anyone he can decide as
Yeah.
specially elected.
Yeah.
The same way, even here,
Mm.
they get to select specially elected.
Yeah.
Who they consider that these students are worth having in the SRC because they can make change.
Mm.
So even if they lose the election, they will be in the thing.
So despite what the masses want.
No. Hear me out.
Okay,
But this is so
yeah.
when this offer was made to me, so
Yeah.
I didn't know what was gonna. This is my
Yeah.
first time about
Yeah.
this. I didn't know how special elected works or what.
Yeah.
So they just called me, and then I was outside,
Mm.
and I saw the other opponents, 2 other ladies were outside.
You mentioned the name.
We'll edit that part out. So I was like,
Yeah.
the 4 of us are there. So I was like, okay. I mean, we have been all chosen already. So why are they calling us one by one?
Yeah.
So they call him. He goes inside.
Yeah.
Then he comes outside. He looks at me.
Yeah.
And then he leaves. And then it's my turn. They call me.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of teachers and the HODs and the headmasters and everyone. That like it's like
Yeah,
it's like a session.
Yeah, it's a whole.
Yeah. So they just asked me. They're like, okay, so we have vetted you everything. You are sure 100% that you want this. And I'm like, yeah. I mean, and they're like,
Yeah.
the responsibilities and the role that you have to. I said, yes, of course. And they're like, they gave me some scenarios. I gave them answers,
Yeah.
honestly. And they said, okay, you seem okay.
Yeah.
And your academic record is quite good. Are you not afraid that
Yeah.
it might affect your academics? I'm like,
Oh.
I'm here to serve my people, it doesn't matter to
Yeah.
me. I'm able to do this,
Yeah.
so I've been
And
doing
you're
well.
getting straight A's anyway. So.
Yeah, at the time, the top achiever of our schools, both
Yeah.
of the top achievers of our
Yeah.
schools,
Yeah.
actually all of them, I beat all of them because I was the
Man,
best.
you took everything in
took
Form 4.
I remember I took, because in Form 4 I was the best in the school. I was like better than everyone
Yeah.
else. So I was like, no, I don't have any problem with there.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, fine, no problem.
Mm.
In the what happens if you do lose?
Mm.
They're like, what happens if you lose the elections?
Yeah.
Because I mean, the other candidates might be stronger than you. What would you do?
True.
And I'm like, well, it's life.
Yeah,
I go back to what I'm doing. It's like,
it's
what about your
fate.
mental health and whatnot? And I'm like, no, I'm fine. I can handle that.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, fine. Since we know you, and my class teacher was also there, like, we know that you're actually a good student, and we don't want it to affect your studies, and we also feel like you can make a big contribution to the SRC itself.
Mm.
The way you speak and the way you get, because at the time my headmaster knew I had started the Maths and Science Club in Naledi Senior. For 5 years before that, we had not won a single award in Maths and Science. St. Joseph's was taking all of them.
Oh, yeah.
Because we never sent a team.
Oh,
We
not
never
that-
sent a team.
not that we didn't have
We
talent.
didn't, exactly.
to
So
do
because I was doing it in
Yeah.
Kathleen, I was always winning there in my junior.
Yeah.
So when I came to Naledi, I told Mr. Otu that, sir, give me one, like on Wednesdays, give me that 1 hour study and let me select some students. And all of the students I selected are top achievers right now.
Yeah.
One is in Canada, one is in Scotland.
Yeah, you knew.
And that was my team. And I selected them. And I'm like, gentlemen,
Oh,
let's
shout
do
out to
this.
Shares. Yeah.
yeah. And then we did the thing. We did the training. And we had already, so he knew about that okay,
Yeah.
this guy can do something.
Yeah.
So they're like, we like this thing that you did. And we're like, we want you to be part of the SRC. So we select certain students as specially elected. But that means that if you lose the thing, I was like, oh, so I become the vice. And they're like, no. There's someone already who is in the vice thing. So then I was like, okay, so I don't get to even choose my vice.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, you don't get to choose that.
Yeah.
Someone, the people will get to choose that. So I was like, okay, fine. So then I don't get to choose anyone that I want. And they're like, no, you don't get to choose that. We get to choose some students as specially elected.
Oh, yeah.
And they become assistant ministers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so I don't even get a ministry. I don't get a VP. I don't get a ministry. I become an assistant of someone.
Yeah.
And then I still work under the guy that I lost to.
Yeah.
So I said, no deal.
And we had a minister, like, especially elected.
I know, in our own class. In our own class. And the thing is, the minister of that ministry was my good friend. I'm still friends with him.
Yeah, yeah.
His aunt was my class teacher in primary.
Yeah.
He's from Muchidi also.
Oh,
Tupisang.
yes.
Tupisang Mukati, shout out to him.
Yeah, you were doing it the Katla way.
So what happened was, when they offered me that, and you see the way I was busy asking them, like, not even this, not even that, and they're like, no, you still work under whoever wins.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, thank you. I'm not going to. What happened was, so basically, I told them straight up, I'm like, I'm not going to be just sitting in someone else's SRC. You are telling me that I want the highest office, and then if I lose the highest office, you guys want to specially elect me into an assistant minister of a ministry of your choosing. They're like, oh no, we'll let you choose the ministry. I'm like, it doesn't matter. I'll be an assistant to a minister. I'm like, I don't want to be an assistant. They're like, no, it's better than a councillor. All the councillors were actually chosen by the classes, So I'm like, no. I don't want a councillor. First of all, they didn't even offer me. They were like, no, councillor is lower than the minister. So I'm like, I don't want to be a councillor. I don't want to be an assistant minister. And then they're like, we let you.
And in Bukamo, so our councillors were class monitors.
Oh.
So by virtue of being a class
they just
monitor,
automatically
you automatically become a can't say.
I was the first male president of our school. You know that actually.
Of knowledge.
Yes.
Is it?
First one with this race to be a president in the country. That one, by the way.
Which race? Our cat.
City bell. So what happened was when I denied that. Ne? So I remember there was one teacher who he taught us history, not my teacher, the other one, the senior teacher. He came up to me and he's like, "So you'd rather not want anything? Are you saying we should take this offer back?" I'm like, "You may as well."
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not going to. First of all, I feel like this is wrong because the people would have already chosen.
Yes.
And if they don't want me, then if I'm still forced to be in it, they will actually hate me more.
Yeah, they will resent.
Yeah, they will resent me more.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and on second of all, which is actually my main point, that I have to work under someone that I lost to, because I still have to take orders from him. I still have to work under him. Like, I am not going to do that. I'm like, if I'm lost, I've lost. I'm a civilian. End of story. and then they told me that, do you know that your opponent has accepted the deal already? And I'm like, so that means I already know that I'm winning.
Yeah. He's already chosen his fate.
He's already chosen that. No, and that's why he was my assistant. Like, no, he was not my. He was the assistant to Justice. I think Portia. By the way, do you know that Portia works at DCEC? Department of Economic Crime and
people are big. People
she wrote me a letter actually. Well, that's when I found out. You know, I went into that thing.
She was investigating you.
No, man. She wrote me a letter, a reference of sorts, like, you know.
Oh yeah.
So even you wrote me.
I remember.
That one is not for the people to know. Yes. But anyway, so when I went to that office, man, the security is tighter than an airport. And you know what's the funny thing, man? You know, my Social Studies National Fair, it was signed by the Director General of DCEC. Something Seretse. She's now the director of Botswana Oil or something in Botswana. So she was the director of DCEC. And I'm like, oh shit, when I was a kid, I was busy shaking hands with these people. And I didn't know who these people were. Even Anthony, is he the brother or Anthony Kama? Is it the brother was he the brother?
Yeah, I think
he was the brother, right?
Is it one of the
yeah, is it? Yeah, I think he's one of the brothers. Because I remember one of the fairs, he was the one awarding, and I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know these people, you know. I was just there like shaking hands and everything, and you never know. We just care about the gifts. We just there like, oh, what did I win? Or what? So we'd get the gifts, and then now as I grew up and I was going through those, I was looking at the signatures at the bottom. I'm like, oh shit, I was shaking hands with these people. I should have like, you know, made contacts or something.
Of course.
And I did nothing there. But anyways, now that was the journey for the school.
Yeah, that's where we met.
That's how it started, you know. And then tell them about the speeches.
Yeah.
I
was actually going to ask, do you still remember your speech?
that line you gave me, there's one traditional quote that you gave me at the end. Something Aritape. What did you say? Something. I had to cram it because it was like, I'm like, this is not Botswana. Are you speaking some Kalanga or something?
You're saying, Bakaetso. Retwere Pakakamangana.
That's the line. And then at the end, I was like, I just went loudly. At the end, I was just like,
old school was crazy. Because I think they didn't expect that. I think that's what also excited them also. That okay, firstly that you were humble enough to speak that language.
And I was the last speaker.
Yeah. And then the energy, also the energy that you had.
It was loud.
I think it was growing with the crowd. So when they were shouting, like,
it went up. It went up.
Do
you know that I spoke for less than a minute? I think it was just a minute.
Yeah.
Everyone spoke for 5 minutes. You know what I realized? It was almost 4 o'clock. People wanted to go home. And I was the last speaker, the very last speaker. And I'm like, I had a 5-minute speech, but I just took that part, the line that you gave me. I was like, I took the English part of mine. I had the few lines that I said. And then I was like, I'm going to end it with that quote. You had given me a lot of them. You know, you'd given me a lot. I was like, I'm going to use this quote, the hardest one that I can't remember. Because I know that these kids, they want to go home and they will remember something funny. Even if I make a mistake or anything, they will remember it. Tomorrow when they vote, they are going to remember that in the morning. So I ended with that. And the end, man, even there's a girl that I used to like back in school, and she was right there in the front, like she was from 5S from Kitso's class. She was right there. She was looking me straight in the eyes with that face like she doesn't like me. When I said that line, hey, my man, she was screaming and clapping hands and jumping. You know, everyone was jumping, my man. Like, I dismissed them before the teachers dismissed them. Like, I was already the president. And I was, you may go home.
already acting the office.
My man. But those were the days. And then...
those were the fun days.
Yeah, that's our school era thing. You can tell them about the part how we came together and the discussions we had in order to do this.
Yeah, no, I think you told me about this project that you wanted to do. Because firstly, at the time, I think it's been months since we talked about it, about a podcast.
I think I
Because
think when I was still in
just,
Moscow, we were talking
it was
about
just
it.
about a podcast. But obviously, that one was going to be a bit, because it was going to be a bit political and all those things.
It's an election year, so let's not go there. Let's not go there.
And show up on the 30th, guys.
Hey, vote.
Yeah. So, but when you talked about this one now, this concept, because it's a different concept. I've never seen anything like it. Because I watch a lot of podcasts, but I've never seen something like that. And I'm very excited. I used to do art.
In junior.
You
did mention, but I've never seen it. So for me to believe, you have to see something on the ground, my man.
I'll show you, my man. I've never used.
No. What we will do is you will choose some colors. I'll choose some colors, and we will. It's like a combination of the two of us.
Yes.
And then you do something, I do something. Yeah. And then in the end, it has to look good, though.
Yeah.
Because they're not gonna spend money on it, and if they don't spend money on it, the mental health guys are gonna just be still mentally,
No, it's just that these guys don't understand. The value of the art is not in the appearance. It's the reason behind it. Huh? Yeah, so we are doing it for a bigger cause. Even if it's ugly, guys, you should still buy it. Because we're doing it for a bigger cause.
So now let's go to your journey of law.
Yeah.
As you know, we finished from 5 and we did quite well. I think both of us did really well, actually. Actually, the whole class, we were so smart.
Actually, I think everyone did well. Maybe except a few
minor incidents. But even those, they went to UB and then there they had some incidents, but they still did well enough to go to UB. And luckily enough for us,
we had another one who, that's drama.
No. Let's not go there. This is a public podcast. I don't know. We might even get like 1 or 2 views, but still fine. We don't want it to be out there.
So the only ones watching.
So the thing is, I wanted to now discuss about the law career that you went into. But as you know, that you have argued cases, I believe, in the High Court.
Yes.
You have been in multiple courts. You've been in counsel, co-counsel. And it's not a small feat. It's not a small feat to be at that level. And at your age, at our age, we are still kids. We were still considered like in the lower end of the youth. We are not even in the 30s yet. And so what I wanted to ask you was, can you share some challenges that you faced and how it shaped your view in the Botswana legal system or even the Botswana educational system? Because remember, you started off from there before you entered the working force. So share with us some of your challenges.
So the complete picture is in my upcoming book. My memoir.
Tell us more about it.
So it's called Born for the Court, a memoir of a law student. So that's why I share my journey as a law student. Firstly, why I became a lawyer, how it was getting the legal education, and how I intended to use it. You see, so I I started having this idea of becoming a lawyer. I think you probably also got it from some of the teachers.
History class. We debated there.
So because of those debates and participating in class and everything, they were like, I think you will probably make a good lawyer. So it was those things, people planting that seed here and there, and ultimately I was like, I'm probably gonna be a lawyer.
I remember you even told me why you took history.
Yes.
Yeah, we had this conversation.
We had it. We had a teacher at Bukavu, so she told me that. So I had confided in her that I want to become a lawyer. So what do I need to do? The lady then says, for you to become a lawyer, you need 2 things. Firstly, when you get to senior school, you must study history. And then you must study literature.
Hey, you did literature there. Literature was all girls. It was all girls, women.
No, it was mostly girls.
I think Blessing was in your class. It was you and Blessing.
It was me. It was
Blessing, and you know who?
It was Lion.
Should we call him Mr.? Should we call him? I'm genuinely curious. What do we call him? Because we don't want to offend anyone.
Who are you? Are you pastor?
You are the pastor. Where is the evidence? Where is the evidence? Pastor, don't eat your evidence, okay?
They're gonna get cancer.
No, don't worry. They know this. No one is gonna watch us, okay? I mean, the people who watch us will be just our friends, so it's okay.
So it was, And I think there was some other guy also from which class is that? Why do I forget his name? He's gonna be angry that I forgot, but he's not gonna watch anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, so there were a few, maybe 5, 6 guys. The one who still misses those days is Blessing. Blessing misses those days. He always talks about the days of his of our time in literature. So she told me that you need to do these 2 things. So when I went to Naledi, I wasn't in 5Z.
Oh
No, I wasn't in 5Z. I was in 5J. I was in 4J. Sorry, I couldn't have started at 5.
Wait, 4J. Wait a minute. J. 4J was not a pure.
Was it 4J?
Because
the one that was opposite our house.
The one that was opposite our house was the yellow one is the cheetah that was behind our house, double story.
Yeah,
the one for Bonolo's class.
Yeah, Bonolo. I was with Masima.
You were with Bonolo?
Yeah, initially.
So you left a cheetah house, which was a good house, to come to the shit house that we had.
They didn't have literature.
Oh yeah.
No, history. They didn't have history.
And you know, even not only you left Cheetah, which was actually Cheetah is the best house in the school. It has the best facilities and the best teachers. Man. No, best funding. They had their own. They had their own prize giving. They had everything, so they get double gifts than us. If I was in Cheetah at the time, I would have double, my man.
You are racist.
No, but now our school has developed. Now every house gets their own thing.
Yeah.
So kids are this time they are printing money, my man. 500 voucher every prize you get. Wow. So if you do 9 subjects. Calculate how much
in cash.
No, it's a voucher. You can go to game and then sometimes mainly it's for game. So you buy something worth 500 for each subject.
Okay,
and remember the competitions that you do, like maths and science, social studies, and that. I mean, you get more money in government school than private school. In private school, you pay for each competition you go to. In government school, every time you win, they reward you.
I mean, when did you go to private school to be a voice of authority?
Let's go back to what we were talking about.
Yeah. So yeah, I went there, and the class, I don't know, but I could choose to do literature.
Okay.
So I had to switch with someone.
And they agreed.
Yeah, they agreed. They didn't want. They hated history even before.
Who did you switch with?
I think it was. I can't remember, but I think it was Pabo.
It was a dude. It was not a guy.
Yeah, he did. I think he did engineering. He played football. Pabo Towe.
We never met. Isn't he left the class? So how would I have met him? But I remember the first day of orientation. The first person I met was Obed. You remember Obed?
Yeah, Obed.
Oh, he went to
the tall one.
Tall one. Yeah. He was the only person taller than me. I mean, everyone else was shorter than me. 6 feet. Being tall is such a blessing. You know that, my man.
So how is it up there?
The weather is good up here, my man. I don't know what's happening down there, but up here is good.
Yeah. So I had to switch.
You know that even Tumisang switched. You know that Tumisang was put. Yeah. And the reason why he left Bonolo's class is because he didn't want to do DNT. He hated DNT.
Because they also did agric also, I think.
Yeah, he hated DNT and he hated agric also. But the agric part I don't understand because he's a farmer. Like even right now, if you call him, if you ask him, where are you? I'm at the farm.
I'm at the farm.
Hey, so I was even telling him that, my man, I know your dad's a farmer. You're always at the farm. Even when we were still schooling, isn't I? We are both from Muchuri, so we used to meet up. And I'm like, you're always going to the farm. So why do you hate agriculture? He's like, this thing, DNT and agriculture were the practicals that he didn't like. Because they have like, I think, project or something. Me, I love practicals. Practicals are so nice. And then he wanted PE, which was easier to do because you just go and play. The practicals, with DNT, you have to make something, which I love doing. I did DNT in my junior, and my project was, it was one of a kind, let's just say. No, it's there. It's still there in my school. It's put up in a shell thing. Because what I made was a working model. I made a working model of a next generation of a plow. So it was a model. But the thing was DNT is that you have to make like an actual thing. So people were picking axe and hose and shovels.
I did a rabbit house.
You did a rabbit house. So I was like, I'm not going to make X or something. I'm not going to do that. I can't be wasting 3 years just to make an X. So I made that thing, and the teachers were impressed. The people who came to mark were impressed. But they're like, okay, make it. Like, okay, go and plow. And I'm like, what? I'm like, oh, excuse me.
Show us how it works.
Yeah, I'm like, excuse me, this is a model. Like, I can show you on a. So they're like, no. Application. Let's go with that. But I still got my work was good enough that I still got an A. But I feel like they could have failed me. They could have failed me, you know. Because I think my teachers were, because remember our teachers marked before those guys. So my teachers had already marked, and then they had already given me a passing grade. Because remember, if they fail me, it also looks bad on the teacher. Like, I mean, the teacher is the one who approved it. If it was not according to the guidelines, he would have never approved it. And the fact that our teachers were so friendly, you know, us and teachers, we just go nicely.
Yeah.
Except some.
You are a teacher's pet.
No, excuse me, sir. That's not true. I will deny. That is an allegation. That is an allegation, Your Honor. That is not true at all. That is not true. That's false information.
You can be closer to the authorities.
I was the authority. I am the authority, my man. I was the authority. I was the authority there. What are you talking about? You were closer to authority because you were closer to me, so you were the one closer to authority.
Oh, please. Anyway.
Yeah, let's continue now. Ish, I forgot the question. I have to open and look at the question. Yeah, I have to look at the question. Are you looking at the time also? It's supposed to be an hour podcast. Imagine now we go off track. My comrade here. Hey, we used to be socialists. Well, not really socialists, but hey, our conversations in school was very communist-like. But the debates were fun.
You're a socialist.
Hey, don't let the hand go like this. Don't let the hand go like this. We don't want to. YouTube will cancel us. Forget about the local people. No. Forget about Botswana. It will be YouTube. It will be like, strike.
Yeah,
so, yeah. So now we are going to go back to the books. And forgive me for reading because not an accomplished author like some of us here. So I'm going to read from here.
Oh, please. Says a guy who just won an award for writing a paper.
That's a research paper. It's a different. It's an engineering paper. Which if you guys want, you know, give me citations. You know, go look up the paper. It's on the Buse website. And give me and Katso citations. And, you know, I don't know if you guys know Tinashe. Tinashe is the last known winner of the Rhodes Scholarship from Botswana. And he was an aeronautical engineer who graduated with he was a valedictorian at University of Botswana in 2020. He's right now he's in I think he's in the UK. I mean Rhodes. Well, yeah, he's in Oxford actually. I think he finished his masters. He's doing his PhD if I'm not mistaken. And when he wrote his first paper, just a few months before I wrote mine, and he put it on his Facebook, and he's like, you know, when he got citations on his first paper, I think it was about thermodynamics. It felt like he said it felt like getting the first few likes on your photo on Facebook. Getting a citation is like getting the first, you know, few likes on your Facebook page.
No, that's a nice comparison.
Yeah, and I feel him. Because, you know, the people that look at your paper are researchers and professors and stuff. So when they cite your paper, it's like it's like peer review. You know, it's like they're like, okay, that is okay. They're like, I would use. I'm using this quote. What you said here, I want to use in my research. You know, you did something. So go out there. If you're a professor, I doubt anyone watching is, but if you're conducting a research, you know, give us a citation, and the more citations we have, who knows, we might actually further our research into this. Look at the paper. The topic is quite interesting. It's related to the youth, it's related to social media, it's related to engineering, and it's related to top achievers. There's 790 of them, by the way, in the past 5 years. And in fact, we should have a discussion about this when we talk about our book. But let's go back to talking about the memoir that you have written. And so you have authored the first one, The Englishman is Gone. You have authored The Cabal, and now the memoir. So walk me through the inspiration. Let's start off with The Englishman is Gone. Then we come to The Cabal. You give me 2 minutes on each. And then the final one is the memoir, which we will have a discussion on. Let's start off with the first one.
The first one is this one. The Englishman is Gone. I don't know if the camera can capture it. So I wrote this one in 2019.
So this is first year of university?
This was the second year of university. Second year of university. And you know, it started off as a joke. I just took I just took a paper and started writing things by hand
on the paper.
On a sheet of paper, and it was written.
But that's how innovation starts. That's how it starts.
And then I wrote, so I just putting my thoughts down, because if you can look at it, even the chapters, I talk about everything that was just coming into my mind: segregation and how the British impoverished us, the flag, democracy, the constitution, economy, foreign policy, like every thought that came to my mind. So I then started typing, and then before I knew it, I'm like, I've already written so much, I can't.
So how many pages did you get in the first few months?
In the first, so in the first few days, I really got a lot of motivation. So I was pushing.
Did you not have tasks at your university or assignments that was interfering?
No. Oh yes, I wrote this in winter. So you know the winter break. So there wasn't much of school.
So tell us. I can see that this is a book that you can read in a day, and if I look at the back, 87 pages. Look at this humble man over here. The last page here about the author, one line about the. But if this was me, you would see 5 pages there. You would see this man is a humble man. You better put that chapter of mine in that memoir, and it better not be a one line.
Yeah, you know him. You know the guy who transmitted me in the podcast. Yeah.
So let me read out what the gentleman has written. Motlogelwa is a law student at University of Botswana. That is all you need to know about the author. That is all. This is a published book, by the way. This is a published book, and this is all that you. If you want to know about the author, that's all. Even in the back, he hasn't put a picture of himself. What a humble man! I'm really selling you on this one. You know.
I had a picture of myself on this one.
Okay.
And you can see that it was just straight from the phone, no alignment.
Look at this guy here. Look at this child. Look at this child here. Now he has grown into a fat man, a very very fat man. But look at this child here. So even let's see this one at the back. Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing at the back. Motlogelwa is a law student at University of Botswana.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
That's what you
And
needed to know.
can you see there is an empty page here for he needs to write something. The thing is he's too humble. You know, that's why I need to join him on his endeavors and help him write about himself, because he's not gonna write about himself, but someone has to.
Yeah.
The public needs to know about his secrets. They need to know about what he likes, dislikes,
Yeah.
you know, in case we want to, you know, in the future use that against you. We need to have something.
Except the secrets, hey.
Oh, that one stays between us. That one is not going there. That one. If they listen to the conversations we have, some people will have trauma. Some people will have trauma. They will run.
Yeah.
So let's go to the cabal now.
Yeah.
Tell us about
Now,
the cabal.
The cabal. Now I had written a non-fiction work.
Okay.
Because the Englishman is gone is non-fiction.
Mm-hmm.
Now I was trying to write something that people can stomach. You know, people can stomach stories better than non-fiction.
So cabal is non-fiction.
So yeah, the cabal is a novel.
Okay.
It's a novel. It's 30.
Is it fiction though? You're saying it's non-fiction, or is it?
It's fiction. It's a novel.
Okay, so it's not about the politics. It's like you put
No,
in
it isn't. You know.
Okay, you're playing it safe.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's a political.
But you don't mention names.
Yeah. No. They are characters.
Oh, okay.
I don't talk about anyone. By the
It's
way.
like Napoleon and the three.
It's like
you know?
Animal Farm. By George Orwell.
Yeah.
So
George Orwell. Yes. You're the literature guy. This is the man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah. So yeah, I wrote the cabal in 2021. I was also still in law school.
Mm-hmm.
So the one you can stomach it, but
I'm gonna pause you for a minute.
Yeah.
See, as soon as we put the mics on, we had to turn back to mics, and if you guys don't like the quality, it's because there are children playing in the background, and now the children stop making the noise as soon as we put on the mics. So you have to bear with us with this poor quality, but it'll be fine, I guess.
Yeah. Now playing football, I mean, you guys understand.
I mean, he has a lot of kids. What can I say? You know, the lawyers.
Oh, please. Public declaration. I have no child.
Let's continue, gentlemen.
No abandoned one or otherwise.
He has a lot of children that he does not know of.
so yeah, that's the cabal. It's an interesting novel.
Right. How many pages do you have?
Ah man, I don't know.
So gentlemen, this is the author, the award-winning author. He won the inaugural award of Botswana Literature Awards
for the best English novel.
And he does not know how many pages his novel has. I hope the judging panel, that lady is watching. You know, hey, she'll be like, "I'm gonna recall that award." Did they give you money for that, by the way? Tell us more about your awards.
Oh no, there's no remuneration for that.
Okay.
Because you see, the awards that were founded by this lady called Dr. Lami Pusetso.
She's a doctor.
Yeah,
she has a PhD.
No, she has an honorary doctorate for her contribution in literature.
No, I don't want to say something because someone in the highest office of this land also has that honorary, and he likes to put DR in front of it. So if I say something, I'm in trouble. I'm like Jose Moreno. If I say something, I'm in trouble. So I'm going to. I still want to. I like getting those invites at the gala, so I'm not going to say anything. No,
you don't want to be denied the plate.
Hey, as soon as I say something, my free mileage and my one piece of chicken is gone. Yeah, so let me just say. But let me say about the former. Let me say even the former. Even the former. Dr. Lieutenant General. What? Yeah. Can I remember in social studies? My teacher even told me, if you don't say his full title, you don't get it. Like they will ask you. There will be a question in the quiz. Who is the president of Botswana? Yeah. And if you just say Ian Khama, because remember he was the president at the time. Yeah. So if you say Ian Khama, you lose. Yeah, no, you don't get a point. Because that's not considered his name. When they ask you who is the president of Botswana, she even wrote it down for me.
So you start with His Excellency.
Yes, and the question was there. And you have to say His Excellency Dr. Lieutenant General Seretsa Khama Ian Khama. You have to say his full name like that. And that's when I was like, doctor, when did you get a PhD? I asked my teacher, and she's like, Mohammed, hey,
you can't ask that.
He's like, but she didn't explain to me. She's like, he went to South Korea, and there was a university that gave. Once you are the VP, you get a university. Once you become a former president, you get a university.
But there's nothing normal nowadays.
Oh yeah, no, that's another thing. So let us return to your memoir now. We have talked about the Cabal. We have talked about the Englishman is Gone, which is a striking title. I actually commend you for the title, and you need to tell me how you came up with it, because when I suggest your book to some,
which title?
The Englishman is Gone.
Oh yes.
When I suggested to some people, people of different races, let's say, their first reaction is, and I have to then explain, and I have to now elaborate, and then they're like, okay, we'll consider it, we'll take a look at it. So it's a very striking thing, which, I mean, it captures, in a marketing point of view, I market really good. In that point of view, very good. But when it comes to readers' perception, I feel like they would have a bias before they even open the book.
Yes.
They would judge the book by the cover.
True.
Quite literally.
And you should judge our books by the cover. We pay so much for those covers.
Hey, so tell us about the title. Then.
Yeah. So the I had so many titles that I drafted.
And remember, there was no AI at the time.
Yeah, there was no ChatGPT to suggest. So I wanted something that could capture the essence of what the purpose of the book was about. Because the purpose of this book was to study our past, and then study how our interactions with the British contributed to the state of Botswana land as it was, and then study the consequences of the colonization. They call it the protectorate, whatever. It's still colonization. I wanted to also study the impact it had now in the modern Botswana. Like we live like this because of that. So that is what I wanted to draw from. And also, it doesn't stop there. It also suggests what we can do to transform our country forward. So then, now when you say the Englishman is gone. You say that if you were to read the blab, you'll also see this. It says he's gone, now we are on our own. Let's chart our own path. So the Englishman is gone. That is the history behind that.
Okay, so now tell me something. You wrote a memoir. Yeah. And you've been telling me about this memoir for a long time. Actually.
Yes.
So I believe that it was in the works for maybe a couple of years.
Yeah.
So how were you coming up? Because now, remember, you're in the workforce as you are writing this. Yes. So tell us, how do you get time to write this memoir of yours?
Yeah. So I wrote it last year.
Okay. Yeah. You completed it last year?
No, I completed it this year.
But basically, you had the 100 pages done by last year.
Yeah.
Okay. How many pages, if I may ask?
It's undeterminable at this stage.
Oh, it's still in the...
Okay. It's just a manuscript, just a Word document.
Okay.
So we are going to... I think I'm going to favor a smaller size, not this, because these ones are very common. If you look at these books that I have, the local books, it's like we are one author writing about the same things. Like everything, they look all the same. So I want to get something unique, something smaller, and something that a kid can have in their pocket. Hand, So that's what
tell me something also.
Yeah.
This thing, the memoir that you're writing. You're saying it's in the manuscript part right now. So I'm assuming that you have set a release date and a launch date.
Yeah.
So if the viewers wants to join you, or if I want to join you, or can you tell us about the release process and where it's going to be available and when it's going to be released and all of these things and where you can get it and stuff?
Yeah. So those details we are still fighting around about those things, but we have an idea of where the venue would be. Okay. So there's a law firm that was kind enough to sponsor with that venue.
Must be yours?
But, no, I'm a baby lawyer. Too far from having a law
I mean
firm.
The one that you work with.
No.
Oh, it's a bigger one.
No, it's a different one.
Okay.
I don't know.
Don't you want to give them a shout out?
Well,
it's not yet finalized.
It's not yet finalized.
Let's not give them any shout out.
In the sense that, Well, it's finalized, but it's not the dates. We are not agreed yet on the dates.
But it will be this year.
Yeah, it'll be this year.
What about the media coverage?
But here is the Kwakabang legal practice.
Okay.
Yeah. So shout out. So yeah, that's where the launch will be. That's the tentative venue. And then the tentative date is November, towards the end of November. Okay. So the date is also dependent on the availability of the venue and stuff.
What about the publishers, and then what about the publishing company, and if they're sponsoring anything? Or...
Yeah. So I'm self-publishing it.
Okay. So you're funding it yourself?
Yes, I'm funding.
How many copies do we expect to see?
Well, it's advisable to make 100 copies when you start. Okay. And then they can refinance other copies as you go by. So I'll be publishing it through Poetic Bloods.
Your publishers for your other publishers.
They're also the organizers of the Botswana Literature Awards. Yeah. So that's where
in fact, if I'm not mistaken, the awards are happening around November.
Yes.
So will your book be part of the awards as well?
No, I'm not going to make a submission for that.
Why not?
Because the company
you've already won too many awards.
These
awards are now worthless to you.
No, it's from a principled point of view, in that the company that will be publishing my book is also the one that will be organizing the awards. So,
but wasn't that the case the first time also?
Well, it was, but I agree it's for every author to make a decision for themselves.
It's your moral compass that's not agreeing.
This one was not published by Poetic Blood. It was published by Transcendence.
Are they not the ones that actually sponsored it also or something? Were they not the ones who sponsored it, like they assisted you with the publishing?
No, it's the same thing. So many of the publishing companies in Botswana, they're self-publishing companies. So we don't have, like you see, the traditional publishing companies, but those Hain online, those what not Hain online. What are they called? The one for the textbooks, the pyramids,
Longman and Penguin and all that.
Yes, all those guys. So nowadays they've moved away from publishing books now. They're just producing textbooks, the prescribed textbooks. So that is the only market that we're able to secure now. So the companies that we have now, they're not traditional publishing companies where you just write a manuscript and then you go to them and then they do all the work for you and then you get royalties.
But so they give royalties.
You keep 100% of your because they're just helping you self-publish. Like everything that you do, you could do for yourself. You see, with the Cabal is purely self-published.
Okay.
I didn't use any publishing company.
Okay.
So I found someone to do the cover. I found someone to do the editing.
So you're paying out of pocket for all of them.
Out of pocket for all of them.
Okay.
So that's the reality of our industry. It's not grown enough.
Okay. Now since we are in this topic and maybe there are young authors, and I remember I sent one to you also. So if a young author maybe is watching and maybe wants to go in the field that you are in, and they have already written a manuscript, and I remember one advice you gave to me is already that never send your the unfinished work in the email or something, because you will be thinking that person is going to assist you and they might steal your work. So you should always put watermarks and do all of those. You will tell more about it when you are speaking. So one thing is, if someone is young and they have a manuscript, how should they protect it that it doesn't get stolen? Number two, if they want to publish, what route would you suggest them to take? Would you suggest them to publish themselves? If yes, how much would it cost? You can give them the costs. And if you're not, would you suggest them to approach a ministry? Let's talk about the third aspect. I'm going to give you a lot of time to talk about this. The third aspect you have to discuss now is the government, the youth ministry, and what are they doing? Because I'm assuming this costs a lot, and I'm assuming that you might have tried. I don't know if you have, but would you approach the government? Why would you? Or if you did, what was the challenges? And what can we do in the future to change this? Because right now it's election year. I think a lot could happen. I remember one of the suggestions I made to you was, let's take your book, let's go to the parliament, because they're always trying to show that they help the youth. Let's go with it and let's show them the story. Let's tell them how you had got all your way here. Make each and every MP sign it, and then make it like a kind of not a protest per se, but like a show, and it would be a publicity thing for you as well. That it was a self-funded book that you made, and you got everyone to sign it, and then you could auction it, and you could raise the funds to publish your next book or publish for someone else. So let's start off with the questions now.
Yo, that's a mouthful.
Yeah, it is.
Firstly, if you are a young author out there, you should know that you're going to publish it out of your own pocket. You'll be put out of pocket by the book, because there are not many. There are companies out there that some of them they use, like it's a hybrid. You pay some of the costs and then they pay some of the other costs. But the majority they are self-publishing companies. So which means every step of the book you're going to pay for yourself. You're going to do the writing and then you're going to pay for
tell us the cost as well. Tell us the...
So it depends on the book and on the size of the book.
Okay.
So the longer your manuscript is, the more work it needs to be done. So that some companies have packages, like they would have different packages offering different services.
Depending on the bulk that you're ordering, sort of like that. Okay. Tell us about that.
So you can publish a book as low as maybe 3.5
for 100 units.
No, for maybe 10
3,500 pula to publish 10 books.
Yes.
And you're selling a book for 200 pula. So how do you recover the costs?
Well, most of the time you don't.
I don't understand the logic behind that. 3,500 to publish a 100-page book.
Yeah. But remember the process of publishing is not to print. You're not printing the manuscript. You are turning your manuscript into a book, right? So which means you need a professional to look at your book, review it, critique it, and send you back the manuscript so that you correct it. And then now you bring it back, and then they can now edit it into a publishable product, right? So all that processes cost money. So with the Cabal, I used a manuscript company called Mafoko.
Oh, there's a company that does that.
Yes, the two retired. They used to be professors in UB in the languages department.
Okay.
So it cost a lot. So it was a heavy amount.
So you sent the manuscript to them to then review, and then
then they do the editing. So it also depends on what kind of editing you want to do. Right?
What if you don't do the steps, since you're already an accomplished author, and you go to the printing part?
Yes.
Can you do that?
Yes, you can publish.
Without
I published the Cabal myself.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So you can do that. What you can do, especially if you want maybe a professional.
Rather, let me change the question to what is the benefit of doing this, of spending money and giving the reviewers and stuff?
Yes.
What's the benefit?
Now you're an entry author, right? You've never published a book in your life. You don't know what the hell you're doing, right? You need someone to guide you. You see, a book is made of many parts. It's not just a Word document in your laptop, right? So the benefit of getting a professional first is that even the design.
But that's a different thing, right?
Yes.
That's a different person you pay for that.
Yes.
Okay.
So you pay for the design.
Okay.
And then if you look at the back here, this is a barcode, right? You pay for someone to put this for you.
Okay.
And then you then pay for an editor. So you need an editor to edit your book.
Okay.
Because we make a lot of grammatical. Have you ever bought a book and you are just reading in the very first page you see a typo?
No, never. I have not seen that.
Yes. It's because they've been
what would your take be now, since we have AI, since we have softwares that can paraphrase, that can reread for us, rewrite for us, and that can correct our typos like Grammarly.
Yeah.
And there's also softwares that can be our editors, our reviewers, our critiques.
Yeah.
So what would you say? Would you now suggest that we start using these softwares, and instead of, like, if someone's starting off, I mean, you are now an accomplished author.
Yeah.
I don't think you would spend money. At 3.5 is a lot to give someone to review your own book when you yourself have won awards for it. Like, you are good at it. So why would you pay someone to tell you you're good at it?
Yeah. Now you are not paying. Okay, so it's a. You see, you can't self-edit. Well, you can, but it's not advisable to self-edit because remember, you wrote the book. You know what you want to communicate. You are going to overlook some of the things. So you need a new pair of eyes to look at your work and go over it because you see, there are always things that you are going to miss because stories are made of different parts. a good professional, they know how how a story should flow. They can show you the gaps where you can fill in. Now let's take AI for example. It can't see those gaps that are unique to someone who is knowledgeable in literature. You can fit it with textbooks. Yes, a story should be like that, but it's not a human being.
Yeah, no.
You want a book to be read by people. So you still need a professional editor. And also the editing is different. It's in different levels. But I think the best ChatGPT or whatever AI can do is to proofread. Right? You write, and
but the part of the typos, I think they can do that as well.
Yeah, that one is a simple thing because it's just proofreading.
Yeah.
So you can that one you can use it, especially the advanced models. They can do that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'll tell you this book, The Englishman is Gone. I published this book for free. Okay. Through Amazon KDP.
Okay.
Right. That was the first time before I went to the.
Wait, tell us what do you mean by publish it for free? Like,
yeah. So in Amazon, if you go to Amazon, the Amazon website, they have what they call the Kindle Direct Publishing.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So I uploaded my manuscript as is. Right. The editing was done by Bazara. No, the one that I mentioned. He was a classmate of mine. Also.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It wasn't nice, my man. But yeah, we tried.
So you uploaded and then
we uploaded it, and then I uploaded it, and then when you upload it, it gives you the edit. Yeah, you design your cover.
A quick question answer session.
Okay.
So the next session we've talked about his book, and he did the first one. If you guys are a beginner, you can approach Amazon, the Kindle thing, and you upload it, and it's not that difficult, guys.
Yeah.
Take initiative.
And you don't have to pay for anything. So you can
so did they pay for the printing then?
No.
That part you do yourself.
That one you do yourself. So you have to ship your copies. I ship those copies. Yeah.
Okay. You sent it to Amazon.
Yes. But the funny thing is they no, that one will get me in trouble. Yeah, so
that one's from behind the scenes. That one's from the Patreons.
Yeah, but yeah, you can do this for yourself, and then you saw physical copies because there are people who don't want to read.
Yes. I hear you. In fact, I was speaking
is also online on Amazon.
On Amazon right now.
Yes. Right
Tell
now.
me something. This part about the Amazon thing. So he has been selling on Amazon for a while, even the first one. Tell us something. As someone who is sitting in Botswana, how has it been to sell on Amazon? Has it been actually better than selling in the bookstores? Or do you see more customers that are local? Or do you see more people interested internationally? And also tell us more about the people, because I know people are buying from Amazon these days. Some have trouble, some don't. But what about the selling part? If you're in Botswana, we should be innovating. We should be selling things instead of, we should not only be the consumers. We should be producers as well. So you are one of those. You're one of those youth who is actually a producer. Not just a consumer, and you've been doing it. So if others want to do it, tell them how they can do it, and tell us, is it good? Is it actually worth doing it? Do you make profit from the Amazon, or do you make profit from our local bookstores? Tell us.
So with Amazon, it's the algorithm, it doesn't favor newbies. Okay, so you have to do more for your marketing. You have to do the ads. There are authors who say the ads don't really work per se. But at least if you invest in those things, they're able to pop up. It's like selling on Facebook online.
Next part,
and then maybe the bookstores also still the same thing. You have to send people there, so the organic.
So the bookstores don't just buy it from you; they pay you only if someone buys it. They're just hosting your books.
So you are getting the shelf.
Oh, you're just getting some shelf space, and then when they sell, they give you. If they don't sell, they give you return your books. Like how
they'll just return your book to you.
Nice.
So it's a hustle.
And if they sell, they keep a cut also.
Yes. They get a whooping. I think you get around 30%.
And they keep the 70%.
Yeah.
So you'd rather just sell it yourself.
You'd rather sell it from the back of your car.
Yeah. So guys, it's not easy to be an author.
just do it the normal way. Just do it the normal way. Sell from the back of your car if you have any.
So now let's go to a rapid question answer session. I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want you to give us a short and precise answers to these.
Yes.
Let's start off, and I want you to think on the spot. All right, so we're here for mental health.
Mhm.
So tell us the connection between law and mental health. In Botswana, mental health is often overlooked, like we said.
Yes.
Have you seen any cases where the legal system and mental health issues intersect? And do you think enough is being done to address mental health in the legal framework?
Well, the law is broad. It provides for all manner of things. The extent to which I interacted with it being used as a defense in criminal matters. I think that's the
Okay,
part, the
good
law
point.
part, yeah.
As a lawyer, what do you believe could be done to raise awareness about mental health within our legal and community and beyond?
Yeah, so I think our law society should do a lot more on the community outreach and get as many law firms involved as possible, so that we address the community on mental health.
Now, crossing disciplines between engineering, which is mine, and law, which is yours.
Yeah.
As someone who is in aeronautical engineering like myself,
Yeah.
I've always found it fascinating how law and technology intersect. From your perspective, which is the legal one, how is the legal world adapting to technology?
Yeah. So with the law, it's just to amend the laws to accommodate new technologies, because what the law is primarily concerned about is managing all these professions, so that all of you act within the ambit.
All right. Now, a follow up to that.
Yeah.
Since you're an author,
Yes.
now if you were to write a legal thriller, I know you have not written any thrillers or sci-fi or horror, but if you were to write a legal thriller set in a dystopian tech world, what would the plot be?
Stuck in what?
In a dystopian tech world.
Man, I don't know English.
Hey, get out the apocalypse, like dystopia.
when the whole thing is collapsing.
Hey, something like that. And what would your plot be if you were to write about that?
From the legal.
Yeah, from the legal thriller. So like courtroom dramas,
yes,
but in the future, in a dystopian world. Like, let me give you an example with movies, because a thriller movie about which intersects law, and then there's a movie which is a very old movie. It's more of law and military. It's not in the dystopian future. That's why I said dystopian future, because that's how we make it new. It's called the Few Good Men. I don't know if you are a law student. I think everyone loves that. Lawyers love that movie. It's called A Few Good Men, starring Tom Cruise. And so, role of creativity and spray painting. Now, let's get to this. We're going to dive into a creative process through spray painting. How do you think creativity plays a role in your profession, whether it's in law or whether it's in writing?
Yeah. So the law, we have to constantly develop it, and the only way to develop it is to come up with creative arguments, because many of the things that we debate about are unwritten. So that's the extent in which, and you have to be creative on how to defend your client. Look at the different case strategies on how to best defend your client, and so that's the creativity.
So now we're going to get into a creative session. I'm going to put this aside, and we're going to make a painting. I hope our table is covered.
Yeah.
We have these utensils that we use to make our planets. So since I'm into aerospace and whatnot, my paintings are also, they reflect that. I think your books reflect your law aspect. My paintings reflect that. I don't use art as a way to make money, and I don't encourage anyone to. I encourage everyone to get a degree.
Yeah.
I encourage everyone to go to school.
Is that still relevant? Anyway, let's go.
It's better to be safe.
Yeah.
And art is a hobby, and you are not selling books and surviving. You are a lawyer.
Yeah.
I'm an engineer.
Yeah.
I do art as a hobby. You do writing as a hobby, and you're good at it, and I happen to be good at this also.
Yeah.
So, and then now what I'm trying to do is use this to create awareness for mental health. So what we're going to do now is this is the first time we're doing this, where two people are going to make one piece of art.
So what would be the relation between the painting and the mental health?
The painting and the mental health is that the reason why, if you have seen, the thing is you didn't watch my interview with Lala. So the reason why I came up with the spray painting is because I was trying to dispose of some old paints from the workplace. And you can't just burn them, you have to empty the cans. So when I was emptying the can, they started making patterns. And those patterns, I realized I could make stuff off if I peeled off and then put on some other colors and stuff. And then if you make some edges and stuff, it comes into something really good. So I started buying paints, started doing it, and I realized that spray painting was really therapeutic for me. At the time I was going through depression. I'd lost, my story, I'd lost a few of my family members during COVID and whatnot. So this was like a hobby that was not, people take alcohol, people do drugs and stuff. This was a creative hobby. It didn't take me away, it didn't take away my physical health. It didn't degrade my mind. At the same time, I was doing something creative and fun. And then when I started posting about it, other people were like, we want to buy your paintings. It's actually quite good. And then Lala invited me to a show, and she's like, this is very creative. And there's a good friend of mine, his name is Itumilang. He does this on a large scale also. So I realized that I can make money out of it. And initially what I did was I would use the money that I would get from it to buy more paints and do more paintings.
Yeah.
But then at one point I was like, I managed to have I managed to use this as a therapeutic session instead of going to a therapist. If you do the spray painting, you'll realize how fun it is. So what I realized is that if I can use art as a way to better my mental health, I want to teach others, and I do it free of charge. I put it on YouTube. Everyone can. Someone would try to hide the secret. They would just show them the paintings and be like, "Buy my painting. Look, I can do this." They won't show you how easy it is to do it. Yeah, because once you show them, then anyone can do it.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like I actually don't mind. Everyone should do it because it's good for your mental health.
Yeah.
And if it's good for your mental health, why would I try to copyright it or make it mine? Anyone can do it. Everyone should do it.
Yeah.
It's shorter than painting on those boards. It takes less time.
Yeah.
It's less expensive.
Yeah.
And really therapeutic. So since I managed to improve my mental health through spray painting, I teach others to improve theirs through spray painting as well.
Yeah.
And because we are creating awareness, we need funds for that. We sell these now to raise funds for the mental health awareness.
Okay.
And today's painting is also going to be sold in an auction at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Whoever wants to buy it before that will DM us, and then I'll let you know what they say. So let's start off with the paint session.
Yeah.
I don't think we should stand because we'll be out of frame. So we can just sit and do it. Let's put on some protective. So safety first. Yeah. Otherwise, we would get cancelled by Bob's, the Botswana Bureau of Standards, and then Bokra also will come running after.
So I only have the left side.
Yeah, I also have. We don't want to use both of our hands.
Oh.
Because we need to use our fingers also.
Okay.
It's better that way.
Okay.
The mask is not necessary since we are outdoors, but might as well. Just for the sake of it, you might also put one. Security. We want to be safe, not sorry. So always be safe, kids. If you're watching, always be safe. Okay, I don't know how to put on a mask. I'm gonna edit that part out.
You're like President Ramaphosa.
Cyril, hey.
You're like Cyril.
Cyril was praying the other day, and he was, he went to the funeral. Like when Liaquat Kabli passed away a few days ago. Yeah. He went to the funeral. He doesn't know how to pray again, but he was just he was watching. Yeah. And he was doing that. Just like a few months ago, Ramaphosa was doing again during elections. Yeah. He was doing the same thing. He was just watching and he was following. Yeah, no, but I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, at least he's trying to show we're united,
Yeah, we're tolerant.
Yeah, that's something that you don't find even in first world country, So our president is at least better in terms of that.
Yeah.
I know there is a lot of pros and cons.
Yeah.
But let us look at the positive for the sake of, if not anything, the people watching.
Yeah.
Right. So let's choose a color. You choose a color. What color are you choosing?
Bright color.
Bright color. These are bright colors. Red.
Give me green. My favorite
green.
color is...
This is fluorescent green. This is a bright green color. So this is a bright color.
Okay.
What else?
Good combination. Yellow.
Yellow.
But I'm gonna get all the nice colors now.
No. The thing is, we're gonna do it step by step, right? So you're gonna do your color. I'm gonna do my color.
Okay.
And then we're gonna peel off, and then we're gonna see whose color is actually there.
Okay.
And what we're gonna do next is we need some crippled papers to make some patterns. So I'm gonna make my patterns. You're gonna make yours. We're gonna do half of the planet.
Okay. Exactly what am I supposed to do now?
You can make any pattern you want with the paper, and then that pattern comes off on the painting.
Oh.
Yeah. So the lawyer himself is a genius. He will figure it out. So your pattern will be on one half. My pattern will be on the other half. Okay. It will be one planet, though.
Okay.
And then your colors on, and then okay. So let's start off with you. Which one? Yeah. I'm gonna give you an outline, so that way you can paint in the outline. So this is gonna be our planet, okay?
Okay. The police should be putting on aprons and stuff.
No, it's fine.
Does this come out if it sprays on your clothes?
On your clothes?
Yeah.
After a long time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I should have put on my right hand, not my left hand, because I use a right hand. But it's okay. If you need extra gloves, I have these ones.
Okay.
They are cloth gloves, but you use your right or your left?
No, I'm right-handed.
Okay, it's okay. Then use your left hand to spray. Then.
Huh?
Use your left hand to do the spray. So now we've got this, right? What I want you to do now is that the colors that you want, put in the patterns you want. Remember, the color you put at the bottom will be the one that will be the one seen most. The one you put at the top will be the seen least. Okay, so let's go with your colors first, and I'll put in mine. Go on.
What am I supposed to do?
Put in your colors.
What do you mean by putting? Should I spray the whole
Spray,
thing?
yeah. Spray some colors. Make some patterns. It's okay, it's okay. As long as you're not touching the thing, just touch like this. Just touch like this.
Okay.
Yeah. Make a pattern that you like.
A pattern?
Yeah, that you like. Right, remember this one will be at the bottom.
Now, this is the days.
Yeah. Whatever you put at the bottom will be the one that will, when we peel off, will come out. Okay. Right, we gotta do this fast because remember these paints will dry quickly. Okay, now that's it. That's good. That's good. That's good. I want to put in the red. All right. If you want to put one more color, you can go ahead.
Okay. I thought you gave me blue.
Oh no, I didn't give you blue. You took green and you took that.
Okay.
Remember, you can also use a paint as a sky afterwards. Also.
Okay.
You can choose fast. Choose fast.
No, we had yellow.
Yeah.
We had. I think
you can add some more gold. You can add gold. All right. Now gold will be the least seen because it was the last paint. Okay. Now I want you to use yours on one side. I'll use mine on one side. So I'll cover mine on this side. All right. Get yours on the other side. See, do what I'm doing with your pattern. Do it quickly.
Okay. But I think this one.
This is my side. Dude, press it, press it. It needs to go in quite good.
You see now the problem with putting the glove on the wrong hand. Now I can't function with my left.
Let me do that for you. Okay, so we've got our patterns in.
Okay.
This is kind of a unique one, huh? This painting, I hope it dries fast enough. So now we're gonna cover it.
Okay.
And we're gonna do the outside with black.
Okay.
This will be.
So you're using black.
Yeah. Hey, why is it
for the space?
Yeah, for the space.
You see, I'm not bad in science.
We have put plastic all over, right?
Yeah, we did.
I don't want this thing to be like, hey, we painted my tail. Alright, so as we are painting this, I wanted to tell you something more about mental health in the country. Let us discuss more about that. Like, have you noticed that we don't spend any money on mental health?
Yeah.
We don't have mental health campaigns like we have for AIDS awareness.
Yeah.
We don't have campaigns regarding, we have a lot of campaigns for HIV and AIDS because Botswana is known as, one of the second highest in terms of that when it comes to per capita.
Yeah.
But when it comes to mental health,
we
don't actually do anything.
I don't think. I think the problem is that we don't know much. For example, have you ever been to therapy? I've never been to one.
I have never been to therapy as well, but I was recommended that I should get one. This was my therapy. Now,
yes. Yeah. You see stuff like that, like we don't understand.
I'm gonna put my initials now to make this more valuable.
Okay.
And then I want you to do the same with yours.
Oh, you're signing.
I'm just gonna do.
You said initials. I thought you're putting in.
I thought of that, and then I'm like, my signature is more sexier.
And it's too much work. How do you not forget it?
Well, I mean, make sure you do it before it dries.
Yeah, that just seems so uncomfortable.
So we can continue speaking about the mental health.
Yeah, so I was saying part of the problem is that we don't understand. We don't know, and I think it's also the diagnosis part of it. I don't.
I mean, we have a psychiatric hospital.
Yeah.
But we don't. It's in Lobatse. That's the only one that we have.
Exactly. Now there's a stigma. If you are said you're going to Lobatse, now people think.
Hey, Sabran.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put in. You said you like bright colors.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do with my bright color, you can do with yours on the same line.
Okay.
Yours will be on top. I'll put mine here. Make sure you avoid our initials. Okay.
Okay.
I'm making the sky. Yeah. Now you do yours and make sure it's not on top.
So the opposite.
No. Same thing. The pattern.
Just like
how I did.
On top of yours.
On top, not on top, but like on above it.
Okay.
That's it. No, that's it.
Okay.
So now we have made the clouds, kind of like the, you know, when a cloud explodes.
A cloud can explode.
Gas giant. We call it gas giants.
Okay.
Now we're just going to try and make some stars. We can continue to discuss about the.
Yeah. So what do you know about mental health?
What I've noticed,
and why do you take it so seriously?
What I take it seriously is because I lost a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine that I remember the Nokia phones with the snake game?
Yes.
When I was a child, I grew up in Kanye.
Yeah.
I used to
you didn't grow up in Muchudi?
I mean, after standard 7, I was in Muchudi. But
yes.
before that, I was in Kanye.
Oh, okay.
So with the Litsile, same village as his.
Oh, yeah.
There was a guy that I used to play on those Nokia phones with, me and him as kids. So we knew each other from that time. He had a lot of mental health issues, but they were overlooked. I think we can take it off now because we are done. Okay. So they were overlooked.
Yeah.
And he was always not given any attention. He needed attention. The child needed attention. That one I can tell you. So what I decided to do was we'd just go hang out and we'd play games. We never spoke about anything.
Yeah.
After years, he went to the UK. He came back. We met again. Now as adults. This was after Form 5.
Yeah.
And I heard from other people that he has gone into a lot of habits that are not good.
Yeah.
And every time it was just the excuse was mental health. And I was like, oh, okay. I was also the type, when they say, there's a saying that they use in the traditional poor people mindset thing where they're like, we're not white.
Yes.
We're not white. We don't have this. You have food. Okay. You have food at home, I guess.
Yeah, you're fine.
You're fine. What's it? Depression for what? Depression for who? What do you mean depression? So we have this mindset, which is not a good mindset. And one initiative I like about the president is changing mindset. So that's the thing, that he was also taken into that thing, oh no, he's just fooling around. He just wants attention.
Yeah.
But some people are really messed up in the head. They have a lot of things going on, and you need to give them attention.
Yeah.
So he actually shot himself. And that was a kind of a moving thing, but that didn't really do much for me. It was only after the death of my family members that actually things started, I was like, oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm tired of this thing, and I needed some mental break. I was off social media, which everyone should try.
Yeah.
For 3 years, I was off social media. I just activated my pages recently.
Oh.
Some I deleted. That's why you see my Facebook is a new page.
Oh, yeah.
So that is something that I realized that no, it helps. It helps to do something.
So you had isolated yourself.
I had isolated myself. This was what I was doing. I was just having this was my therapy, spray painting, doing some hobbies.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to go clubbing and drinking and smoking, and this is not my type of thing.
Yeah.
So for me, it was being creative was the only option, and I didn't have the budget to innovate and make planes and stuff. So what I could do was this.
Yeah.
And art is something anyone can do. I always tell people, and it's something that you shouldn't be shy from. Even if you create nonsense, if you see the artworks and people what they pay for it, what you made, someone out there is gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Someone out there will consider it as a masterpiece. Yeah. So you should never think, oh, my artwork is bad. No, your artwork is not bad. Look at what we just created in the span of a few minutes. We created something that looks really good. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
Yeah. No, it is.
Yeah. And if we put it up, let's put it up for the camera, even though it's dark.
Okay.
It's not yet dry. It will dry eventually. But
wow, it looks like a moon.
It looks it looks like, and you see how the gases in the back, how they look like gases.
Now when you put it like this, it's even more beautiful.
Yeah. So you see, there's your side and there's my side. You can literally see the yellow in between the two sides.
Yeah. Mine is darker. Am I darker? Oh yes, I am.
So as you can see now, this painting is going to be painting number 1 in the podcast collection, and it's up for auction at the end of the season. We're going to have many authors. We're going to have many people. I'm not going to name names right now. We're going to have many people on the.
So is planet who?
You can name it whatever planet you want. You can name it. I mean,
does it have a ring, or what is the green?
The green is the gases. This is the gases and the stones. So you know how there is 5 gases. Oh, is it 5? I don't know. 4. I've forgotten. Jupiter and whatnot. Yeah. Jupiter and them are gaseous giants. If you fall in Jupiter, you just keep falling. There's no stone. It's not a rocky planet.
Okay.
So these are gaseous planets.
Yeah.
So these are the gases that are flowing in the planet.
Yeah.
It's not don't think too deep about it. It's a painting, my man. It's a painting.
Man,
it's a painting.
I'm a creative, so I'm ready.
We created something. Now the main goal is anyone watching, if you like this painting, and remember, you're buying this painting, you're supporting the mental health awareness.
Yeah.
If you spend 100 pula on this, 100 pula goes to mental health awareness.
Yeah.
If you spend 10 pula on this, 10 pula goes to mental health awareness. We're going to auction it at the end of the season.
Yeah. We just put the date.
Oh yeah, we'll put today's date on this.
Yeah.
Today's date is what's the date?
We don't know the date. We are just surviving. I think is it the 6th?
It's the 5th.
5th.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
So today's date is the 5th of October. So we've put the date on this, so you know it's authentic. We've put our initials on it. If you're a supporter of Cole or a supporter of mine or a supporter of mental health awareness, this painting is going to go up for auction at the end of the season of these podcasts.
Yeah.
But if you wish to bid on it before that, DM us what you're willing to contribute to. Because remember, whatever you bid for it is the money 100%. If you pay 100 goes to mental health awareness.
Yeah.
And you can even buy it and then gift it to someone. It's a good thing to gift. You can frame it.
To make a good it will make your living room lively.
Yeah. And remember, the money you spend on it is going to be going somewhere where you can view our channel, you can view our pages, and you will see where your money is being spent.
Yeah.
We're not pocketing it. We're not even going to use it to buy more paints. We're just going to use it for mental health awareness because it's something that needs to be talked about in the country. And if you're a man out there, male mental health awareness it's even more overlooked, you know, because men, you're like, nah, we're men. You have to be tough. Men don't cry and all of this.
They rely on beer.
Yeah,
for
which is very unhealthy. Which is very unhealthy. We'll have a conversation about this behind the scenes, you know. But as the paint is drying and the day has ended, and we hope you enjoy this. And this is the inaugural one, the first one. Any closing remarks by my co-host?
No, I just want to thank you, my man, for inviting me to your show, and I wish you all the best.
Thanks.
And more views. Subscribe, like, wherever.
Imagine if there's 2 views on this. It's just you and me, my man. It's okay. We will like and subscribe ourselves.
If you don't support us, we will like and comment and donate and buy it ourselves. So.
All right. So once more, here's the painting. Have a last look at it as we end the session. All right. Goodbye. Take care. And good night.